Be live. I'm going to pull up our stream manager in the background. Bang, stream manager is pulled up, so we should be able to see everybody that is funneling on in. The background noise should be playing. Give me a quick test just to make sure.
Yep, I am here.
Yes, you
Trollodon is here.
You are definitely here. Okay, beautiful.
You have all the screenshot stuff for the feud, right? CSS for midweek and all?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I will need to...
I see the stuff live. Twitch is live. Your lounge stuff is up there.
Yeah.
We're all
Let me
good?
actually... Here, we'll do a little bit of this.
Let me restart that because it has Leon Flex on there. What it says.
Oh, yeah, let me...
Restart. Hard restart. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
So,
update that.
let's do that. 2bob and Flex giving you all load in.
Streamlabs Redemption. That was cast down. Streamlabs.
Done. Boom.
Let me
That
hard restart.
should be
There
done.
we go.
Beautiful. I have to pull up the stream manager before going live is what I have to get used to, because sometimes it doesn't actually load on my end.
Oh, good.
Okay, so that's good. Let me get our screenshots unhidden. Well, actually, I guess we can talk about that in a moment here. Snip this. Boom. And we're going to save that as split CSS1. And we'll save this as split CSS2.
Yeah, the stream went away, but your screensaver's there.
Okay, but we're still live though, yeah?
Yeah, we're still good. Everyone's
Okay.
actually my credit card.
Okay, beautiful. Everyone's asking for your credit card. Welcome on in, everybody. Telvin, what's up? Jackstack, Kitsu, Shell, indeed. We are here. We're live. Slimbo, what is
Mac.
up?
Robbie, you're on the list. You know which list.
Welcome on in, Rob. Dirty, what is up? Mac Attack. What's going on, y'all? All right.
So Willie, Slick Willie, Slander.
So let's go ahead.
All right. No, we should do later.
Lay it on me.
We should actually do a live gameplay because she's going to be the card for this weekend, so people can see how to use her for it.
The tech one, you mean?
Yeah, the
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, we could do that later. We'll run through a whole bunch of stuff, obviously, but we'll do some feud lineups, some ideas. Especially we have a little bit of a different format, which you'll get to shortly.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and add these bad boys. Where are they? Do 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 do. Boom, and we'll hide that. And then let's go ahead and add another image. Another one. Let's CSS. And where is it? Boom, boom, boom. All right, so those are there. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully we've all had a very eventful Monday. No, come on now, Eagles. That is not true at all. We're all out here in the lounge. You know that. We're kicking back and relaxing.
What do we got in here? We got Dirty. Come on, Juan is in here. Up to 50 plus. We got a lazy burrito.
Definitely don't Google that. I was wondering what I'm missing. Oh, there we go.
One for Footers to do after he does the extreme tours. Actually, Footers, you can do it. You can Google 2Bob's run, see what comes up. Do it on the work computer too.
Yeah, see, he's gonna tell you to do it on the work computer. I'm gonna tell you do it in an incognito window.
Yeah. Don't do it at the library.
Well, there is definitely some stuff to discuss today. We actually have a lot on the hit list. We have the feud lineup. We have the feud CSS. We have the midweek CSS. We're also going to go over the steel cage buffs and debuffs for Feud. So lots to go over today.
Well, it is steel cage, but it's not. We'll get to what that means shortly.
Yes, I think Flex probably has a better understanding of that than I do, so I'll let him take the reins on that one.
It's more of an Inferno match. Don't get too close to the wall. Otherwise, you'll end up like Kane burning your arm. But we're going to get through what that is. We're also going to talk about the midweek CSS. And I know Extreme Rules is a big popular hit so far this week, so we're going to give you some more goodness to look forward to with the Extreme Rules CSS there and the Feud CSS. And we're going to go through lineups and ideas like I mentioned before. For those that are wondering, I'll proactively say that is any Nikki, so you can do some talent up. You can rip and waste some resources while you're on with us. But that is any Nikki in the middle, so everyone can have middle, everyone can have the bottom, right? I don't think there's anything unique in the bottom.
It's just like it's class, and I think it's Monday Night Raw requirement.
Let me actually open up the app. Can you believe that they're making me open up the app? The last thing I want to do is open up the app. All right. So yeah, so it's actually pretty open rules here. And there used to be a time where I've been very vocal about this, where the middle, like there's a, you want to play to accelerate too, but you want to be able to participate as well. And if you can't participate in certain things, and you're missing even the middle line in something that requires a little bit of extra feuding for the stretch milestones, the bonus milestones that you can grind through, makes it a lot harder and makes people turned off a little bit. So I'm glad that they made that change, and Scope has made some adjustments this month, and we'll talk about some of that as well.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's actually talk about what we are planning for this feud. I think that's a good start. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. Yep. We're going to switch on over to our scenes over here.
There we go. Look at that. Seamless streaming.
Rearrange this.
Like
and
professional.
What I'd like to share with everybody is, if you haven't seen so already, on the MLC blog Rooney, we have our CSS for the Faction Feud this weekend. Also, before we continue with that, Platinum Patrick, I have a command, and so does Flex. My command is ! 2bob, and Flex's command is ! TWF. So let's test both of those out right now. We have 2bob and we have TWF. Both of those.
Worst person ever was taken, so I had to settle for a new one. This one.
The worst flex is what that stands for. No, I did not get the Frohawk. But yes, those commands do work. So feel free to type those in whenever. But as you can see on our screen here, we do have the Feud CSS, which, as Flex alluded to a little bit earlier, includes Liv Morgan, the Revenge Tour. We have Abby the Witch, the Arcade Assassin, Asuka, the never-ending CSS of the Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, The Storm is Coming, Tori Wilson, the Showboat Glamour, and EST, the toughest EST, that is Bianca Belair. I always forget which one the toughest is. What is that? Acro? Acro Bianca.
Toughest is Acro. Yes, Acro.
Okay. And something to keep... Sorry, go on, Flex.
No, I was going to say, it's actually minus Nia and obviously Abby. It's obviously Liv, because she hasn't been released yet. But a lot of these characters have been out for a while. Asuka, I know, is going to be a sore spot for people. But when you see names like this, it's not always, this is terrible, I can't participate. These shards are going to be available because they're there. So either going to be in loot or maybe pay for, but maybe grinded for as well, probably in crates. So when you see that, I mean, the first reaction that a lot of the community always gets is negative, but really I look at it as a positive. Like if I'm missing somebody like Nikki, who I actually just got, and as the example, her shards should be available. They might be on the wall even too. So when you see these kinds of things come out, don't think like, oh, this is the worst, I'm not going to do anything. Like, don't think the worst of it. But also the CSS, Bob, as you know, has now been shifted over to the solo event. Yes. So it helps you progress in the solo, but it doesn't take away from your ability to progress in the war score event, which I think is a very, very big, important change.
Correct. And touching on that war score component, we do also have the class and era combination CSS has returned for the Big Bad War Score contest. So any powerhouse, any striker, any tech, any showboat, any trickster, any acro, that is indeed all of the classes. And we have any legend, attitude, new gen, reality, ruthless aggression, and Hall of Fame. So essentially every era, and except for modern, IOW, and PG, and then we have every single class. So very, very open concept of the CSS there. All of that information is indeed available on the monthly blog, way at the bottom of the blog.
And we, I don't see it on the screen here. Can you actually put up that second part as well? Do you have that in the Streamlabs? Or
Yeah. Let me.
some people can see. Some people might have the volume low. They might be at work or something.
Let me pull that up right now. We got the any class, and then I don't want to say any era because it's like you don't get modern, and I know that was the biggest like, well, it's not any era, Bob, because there's no modern. It's like, yeah, but this is about as close as you're gonna get, right? Like,
yeah.
And if anything, do you really want to? I was just gonna say, do you really want to add more?
The CSS. Remember what it used to be? We actually had this on the call the other last week, the Scopely call, and we were reminiscing a little bit about some painful days. Remember when we used to have we had to do 200, 300 matches with one person, like Acro Dom at 1.25x, or I think 1x at that point too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Acro Dom, remember Warrior having to do the ropes constantly, like 4 runs per brawl, well, not per brawl, per actual match, not even per brawl, per match. I'm having to spam him, and so I'm like, oh my goodness, these ropes are giving me nightmares. You can fall asleep while he's still running the ropes.
I remember
it was
that.
so bad. These are so much better because it's open and to everybody, even if it feels a little annoying having to do them, like the ruthless aggression or one of those. You know, it's still better than what we used to have. So I'm okay with these. And again, I never stress CSS. I tell people all the time, I never stress CSS. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of perks that we have now that could help out. They have subs if you really want to go that route. A bunch of them are in moments now. So we'll go through some of these as well and give some ideas, and we'll do a mock feud lineup as well.
Yeah, so there you go. On the screen, we've got your feud-based CSS for this weekend. Yeah, we definitely didn't have these luxuries way back when. Man, oh man, boy did we not. It was a slog.
It was painful.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was painful back then because it was hours and hours of watching that animation, which I'm not a fan of animation to begin with. Hours and hours of watching that animation was so bad.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget. My first feud was Showboat Andre the Giant, and and that you're talking about, like, I felt like I was a king amongst men with my 3-star bronze Andre, and I didn't even have Dolph Ziggler. And this is before, like, I even had Sting as an MP trainer because he was so rare to get. And I was like, I'm killing it. All I need is 2 red matches and I win. And it's like, you look at where we've come down. It's like 2 red matches. Who are you?
Yeah, it's wild. I remember when they sold the gear for that too.
Oh my goodness!
When the gear came out, it was like a must-have, and then it was actually, if I remember correctly, it was like $30, and then randomly it came up for like $100, like a month later or something. And I'm like, what? You just got it for $30? Yeah. What kind of inflation is that?
Yeah. So while we're on the feud subject, let's go ahead and get ahead of where a lot of people are going to be angry, and I don't think rightfully so. But let's talk about the steel cage part of feud that really isn't that much of steel cage. So on your screen here,
it's more like aluminum. It's aluminum.
Yeah, I went ahead and pulled up the steel cage rules for this feud. You too also have this on your home screen. There's a little banner on the bottom side of your screen with the feud. And in the top right, there's a little green button that indicates all the steel cage rules, right? This is where you're going to see your bonuses and your debuffs in regards to what we're going to expect for this steel cage. So Column breaks go
STC,
up
by the way.
150. Green gems go up 125. And all other color gems go down 25. This is going to be replacing perks. There are no feud perks for this feud. No, there are no specific amounts, Footers and Sydney, in regards to the points or the matches in regards to CSS yet. We don't have that number.
So it's important what you just said. I want to underscore that again for people who didn't read the MLC blog or didn't tune in when Bro and I were doing it. There are no feud perks, so your talent up is different. So when you look at it and you go, because there's something you surfaced before, there are currently no spot for perks in the perk window, in that perk box. So that's something that they need to add for 2x if you have it, for steps, blah, blah, blah. But right now the perks are different, and we're having this kind of format. So it's called Steel Cage rules, but it's not really, it's called out because of the way that the architecture, the code has to be built, so they just called it Steel Cage 4. There is a debuff there, but there are buffs in there, as Bob mentioned. So 125% green gem damage and the column break gem. So there are some pretty capable cards for that, but everything has a negative 25%. Every colored gem has a negative 25%. So they could have just done that as a wild card gem there instead of listing everything, but they listed everything.
They will not. Okay, so Robbie, there is nothing that we are going to be limited on in terms of Steel Cage for the feud this weekend. We will still be able to use trainers and coaches and skill plates and straps and gears and moments. All that stuff is in. Just like what Flex said, it is just based on the structure of how they have to implement these boosts for this weekend. Because there are so many of them, they went with Steel Cage rules instead of it being feud perks. So that's the difference. So no, you will not lose your trainers or coaches. You will not be locked out of using your skill plates. Everything's on the table for this weekend feud. It is a 20-hour female feud.
Beautiful. I love female feuds. Big fan.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind them. I feel like there's some top-notch hitters for them, and I'm comfortable using those characters. I think it's when people get frustrated where it's like, man, I gotta use this person, I gotta use that person. It's like, honestly, I know, look, maybe I'm a weirdo. I actually kind of didn't mind the whole Steel Cage Extreme Rules thing today. It reminded me that other characters on my roster existed that maybe they're not the best in the world, but they can definitely get the job done. And that was a prime example of what it was today. And that's what it's going to be a prime example of every feud weekend.
Yeah. So I liked the concept, or I do like the concept of Flash feuds having a cage over it. Now, before start throwing your tomatoes at me, for those that don't like Steel Cage just because of the name Steel Cage, and I don't really like the name Steel Cage either. I just don't never like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I like it because Flash, we have 4 different opportunities to have 4 different flavors of matches that we need to strategize around. So I do like that. This one is going to be a little bit different for a standard feud because we haven't had it. And again, these are not extreme, and it's not removing your ability to use entourage, straps, medals, any of that. You're going to have a 25% debuff on gems. But again, most of these characters have moments, or they do overkill damage, or you're going to build to overkill damage anyway, just so you have extra. But this really doesn't hurt us to this to really any main extent. And I do want to call out that the showdown this past weekend, I think Bob, you'd agree to this too. The showdown this past weekend was a lot more pleasant than the debacle, and yes, I did say the D word. The debacle we had the midweek showdown a couple weeks back. So feedback was taken, feedback was implemented. I know sometimes nobody wants to give credit to Scopely, but this was not a bad weekend showdown event, which it could have very easily been. The CSS, the tasks, all that were pretty good. I don't want to use the word flexible because people think I'm putting myself over. I'm not. It's just a good word for it. But the tasks were good, and it really wasn't a punishment like the other one felt like. Bob, what do you think?
I think that for a lot of the player base, they're just so used to steel cage being a thing that they don't like that it's like they convince themselves they don't like it. And I know that there's a lot of players out there that almost like created issues that they felt they encountered over steel cage showdown.
Yeah.
You know, for a player that's, I don't want to like make myself, like you said, put yourself over, right? For a player that's amongst anyone in this realm, and majority of you that are watching these streams are pretty, you know, competent players that once you see something like this, whatever, no big deal, and you'll figure it out, right? Like, it's not as bad as I think a lot of people make it out to be. There are some players out there that have issues with it. There are some players that encounter some type of problems with it. I do not think that this past weekend showdown was one of them that was up there in terms of like, I hate this, I'm never going to play again, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't think that's the situation.
Emblematic of the problems we've had. Yeah, it definitely was emblematic of the problems we had. And again, we were pretty vocal about that in our own ways and in public ways too. And obviously the community did rise up on that too, just because it felt like punishment. And that's really what it was. Like 10-minute matches and showdown is not like, that's not strategy. That's not anything. That just felt like punishment. And this weekend was better. This month so far has been okay. And there's been a lot of changes this month. Stuff I do like, stuff I don't like. And that's going to be any month anyway. But as of right now, this is going to be the second consecutive week of change in the sense that we are having this kind of format overlaid on our traditional feuding experience or standard feuding experience. So like you mentioned, it's a 20-hour feud. It's a full female feud. And it is going to have the buffs that you're seeing and the debuffs that you're seeing on the screen that Bob put up for you.
Yeah, so also just touching base on a couple of the questions that were asked here in chat. I think HBK, you were talking about the perk spots. I think Flex also answered you, and we did question that behind closed doors, and we're awaiting a response on that. And then I think it was Footers and Sydney question, so how will that change MLC points now that we won't be able to spend those turnbuckles? I think that was also surfaced a little earlier in the month if there was no feud perks. I am not really 100% certain of what the answer on that was, but again, it has been surfaced and asked. So if we find out, you'll definitely be, hearing from us in the near future.
So just to give somebody, just to give the people listening a chance to understand where we are with points, and Bob, if you can give your solo MLC points as well. I haven't done anything yet today. I generally don't look at stuff on Mondays because I just don't want to, unless it's anything faction related. But I'm at 287K for now for the solo MLC. So I feel like I'm much further along than I generally am. And I didn't have anything really spectacular, and I did not get the final free milestone. My stuff is jacked up on the manager's pass, so I didn't get the final free milestone on that. So whatever points are there, 10, 5,000, whatever it is. So I'm a little short there, but I'm at 287. Where are you, Bob?
I have not claimed any of my Extreme Rules competition points or my Faction weekly points, and I am currently at 228,000 points heading into week 2. So on a 5 week,
come on, Bob.
I was gonna say on a 5 week MLC, if we're already over 200K points before the end of this week, I also haven't even done I think half the content today. There's a decent amount of points out there, so hopefully, in regards to the no longer having feud perks side of things and the universal turnbuckle points that you would have gotten for spending those buckles, I'm hopeful that that's not going to impact most players in regards to if they would or would not max. What I think has happened is that there has been a change and a dynamic and a shift in regards to the MLC contest, and I think that the majority of those points or those buckles, as to why we have such an overwhelming amount right now, just hasn't been accounted for, right? I think there's so many other things that they've been focusing on, like the armory loot and the new contest, the new structure, that the overabundance of universal buckles that we collect probably wasn't on their radar. Any feud perks for feuds?
Yeah, I think they proactively did make that change, so it's not something that we have to push. At least at this point, we did ask, and it was asked earlier again. when we do have a little bit of clarity, we'll facilitate that through Town Hall if it needs to be, and then that'll obviously filter through to your respective factions.
So also, while we are here, I know a lot of you are only here for your screenshots and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to steal these screenshots over here for Blitz and for Blitz. And let's go ahead and reveal.
Oh yeah, we have a Steel Cage Blitz.
We do have information on your Blitz CSS, so boom, boom. Those are backwards. Oh, here we go. Let's go ahead and let's
Fish Can't Swim is in.
Make these a little bit wider here. And we can...
What's up, Jab? Akil.
Boom. There you go, chat.
Whoa. Ben B's being quiet in the chat today.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's in there. I just saw him in there. I'm like, he hasn't posted anything, hasn't trolled, nothing. He might be doing something.
So there you go, chat. There are your Blitz CSS here. Let me hide the Feud CSS. That way it doesn't get so messy. So we have a Steel Cage Blitz that begins on Wednesday and runs through Thursday into Friday. The Wednesday tasks that will last for the full 48 hours will be defeating the boss in the New Era Begins Blitz with a Showboat, an Acrobat, a New Gen, a Ruthless Aggression, Vader Time Vader, and the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga. There is also win any match in any mode with any New Gen. On top of that, on Thursday, we have win any match in any mode with any attitude. Winning the New Era Begins Blitz with any attitude, any modern, any Raw brand, any SmackDown, Scott Steiner Big Papa Pump, and Triple H Rex Regum. Those are your CSS for the midweek Blitz-a-rooney. Thoughts on our CSS Flex?
People might be a little upset about Umaga, but for those that have them, it's an opportunity to actually use them because most don't use them.
It's true.
Relatively tame. I mean, Power Pump's been around for a while. Vader Time, that's the Showboat, right? That might upset a few people.
That is the finale. That is the finale character before 6-star gold was released. The very final 6-star silver character was Vader Time Vader.
Yeah, that's I have him. I barely use him, but he's a really good card. I know he's been around for a bit, but he also he's been in a lot of walls, but I know a lot of people don't have him yet. So the CSS is okay. It all depends on how much of it really impacts. Like, is that a stretch milestone, and is that a big gap milestone that you're missing out on? Meaning that sometimes we have from like milestone 13 to 14 is like a 3 million point gap.
Right.
And it's really like a 2-3 mega thing just to get to that next milestone, which is even the last one. So it might not impact people in a negative manner, but overall it seems like it's pretty good. And I like that there's era, so you can overlap. Oh, well, I guess you can't overlap because it's Wednesday, Thursday. Well, actually, hold on. Wednesday, Thursday task. Defeat the boss. I guess maybe just wait till Thursday, or is it going to expire the Wednesday task?
No, I don't think the Wednesday task will expire.
Because if you're doing that, then you might as well just overlap. Depending on how the tickets are distributed, like a Showboat Attitude Era, so you'd use Taker, right? So Acrobat Modern, you would use whoever, ZRKO or whatever.
Yeah, and you can also use like a modern SmackDown Acrobat, right? Like all in one type of thing, or a Raw Showboat Attitude. Well, maybe that won't work. You can't do Raw and Attitude, huh? No, it won't work.
No, not that. You can definitely mix some stuff up. You could do Raw Showboat. Again, you can just make it so it's a little bit easier for you. For those that are more quality life centric right now, middle of the week type stuff, you can overlap it. Just make sure you look at timers, please. Make sure you look at timers. Make sure the tasks don't expire and all that. So, but you should be able to overlap these if the tasks from Wednesday extend into Thursday.
Just now reading the chat. That's funny, Telvin. But yes, Manga is definitely here. As a CSS. It's not so. Footers typically these tasks on the Wednesday one will last through the duration of the blitz or of the contest. Otherwise, it would probably just say Wednesday only tasks instead of Wednesday through Thursday and then Thursday only tasks. Based on my recollection on what we've had in recent months, I should say, it typically lasts the duration of the whole contest. But look, I could be entirely wrong there, so something to keep in mind. And always, as always, note that everything is not only a work in progress, but subject to change, right? So make sure to play the game that is in front of you when you load in to the game. But yeah, that is our Blitz CSS. We touched base on our Feud CSS. I believe somebody was asking in terms of what are the steel cage rules for Blitz. I do not think that we have that information as is. So once again, make sure to log in for the most up-to-date stuff that you will see there. Just like how we didn't have any info on the steel cage rules for the tours today, which I know, boy oh boy, that was a swell experience for a lot of players. But
what actually happened, because I didn't log in, I had stuff to do, bouncing around. I went into the game, I did get a nice daily bag surprise. But other than that, I didn't look at the stuff. I just saw a little bit of uproar in different servers and all, but I didn't really understand what was going on. If it was just general disdain for Extreme Rules being overlaid on Extreme Rules. I'm sorry, Steel Cage being overlaid on Extreme Rules. Or was there something legitimately wrong with the mode?
So here's the two things that I kind of picked up from it. Steel Cage Rules came out for the Extreme Rules tours. And it was a difficult experience for a lot of players because if they got pinned, they could not kick out unless they had a gem type on the board. So for an example, if you were in the multi-gem tour and you didn't win on turn 1 and you got pinned and didn't have a multi-gem on the board, all your gems do 0 damage. So the entire Steel Cage experience, whatever it was, whatever that gem was, so there's column, multi, and reinforce, that's the only thing that does any damage. You get no move damage, you get no base color gem damage, you get no nothing. It's just those gems for those modes. So a lot of people were getting angry that the opponent would just cascade into a 4 swipe and a 3 swipe and a 5 swipe, whatever it was, and then they'd get pinned and then boom, they're done for. The main issue that I think a lot of people had, the reinforce tour. So the Reinforced Gem Tour, instead of scaling up with difficulty like the other tours in Extreme Rules, where it's like you fight a 5,000 talent 3-star silver and then a 10,000 talent 4-star bronze or something like that, it was just all 6-star golds. All normal, all hard, all hell. Kind of like what the old health rules, Extreme Rules were. They never changed the rarity of it. And so you're just fighting 240 million health Striker Austin and Rocker Sean 3 times in a row on normal, on hard, and on hell. Nothing was changing there. which was very difficult. And it still had the same rule. It still had the same rule of reinforce. So yeah, the reinforce thing was the issue. Because everybody's like, there's no way you can do enough damage with reinforced gems to take those guys down. The flip side of all this, which I thought was so funny, even though it's like the health rules, 250 million health, instead of if you don't do the task, you lose health, it was if you do the task, you get the 5,000% gem bonus. And so you could beat them with reinforced guys, but you just had to hope that they didn't pin you. So it was so like backwards in terms of like this was health rules, but it wasn't supposed to be health rules because you could get 5,000% gem damage, but you can't get pinned. It was an experience for a lot of players, to put it kindly.
Yeah. That's why I don't do anything for a while. I wait for everyone to get tortured and then wait for the resolution.
It was something,
and then
man.
do it in 2 minutes.
Look, I on stream, so I was obviously, if you have the top tier character, you're gonna use him, right? So Seth was one of the CSS because it's like Monday Night Raw character that uses reinforce. But The other Monday Night Raw characters that use Reinforce, Showboat Sheamus can do it with his sub and with the jug that gives the MP and all this stuff. And crazy enough, Acrobat Dominic Mysterio. And I was like, you know what? Let me just play this out just for fun, just to see if it's doable for those that don't have the tippy top of the tippy top. And so I tried out Acro Dom. And it took me like 5 minutes to get the match done, but I won it. It was doable. It was not great, but it was doable.
Yeah, that's I'm not interested in that then. I'm not about that life. I'll wait for you all to be tortured.
Well, that is our Blitz CSS. So I will hide these for the time being. We'll bring back up the Feud CSS. Where's that? Boom. Actually, I wonder, can we get all 3 of these on? No, probably not.
Ooh, no, that's too much.
No. All right. So here, let's go ahead and hide the Blitz ones.
Well, unless you shrink it down. Yeah, you could get rid of that. That's fine.
We'll leave.
Does anybody have any other questions on the Blitz? Does anything else that you want to talk about? We don't really have details on what the steel cage rules might be. I don't think they're going to be very onerous, but feel free to ask in chat. We'll tell you what we do know if there's anything.
Alrighty, so we have our Feud CSS on the screen here. We don't have perks. We do, however, have a Faction Feud lineup that we can go over. Which I know somebody made comment on the 6-star silver Nikki Ash requirement was not good. That is not Nikki ASH. That is any Nikki Cross. So just something to keep in mind for, I guess, like a teaching moment for a lot of you out there. Whenever you see the icon, okay, it doesn't just mean it's that character. It is typically the first iteration of that character that they use for the icon because that's the very first person they came out with. So, for example, if you see like Shawn Michaels for a good chance, you're most likely going to end up seeing, was it the VIP Shawn Michaels is the first the first Shawn Michaels, I think, in the game. And then if you're going to see like a John Cena, for example, you're going to see the Showboat John Cena as the requirement, right? And so typically these will have either an outline or no outline. So the fact that this has no border on it, no outline here on Nikki's face, that means that it's any Nikki. If it's a silver outline, that will also indicate that it's any of that character. If it's a gold outline, that means it is that specific requirement. So just maybe a little weird thing, but a teaching moment for a lot of you out there that are unaware. But yeah, this is our lineup. We have 100% red gem damage in the middle lane, no less. So that also kind of counters our steel cage. So we'll have green and red gems allowed for a lot of characters here.
Can you do me a big favor, Bob? The only answer is yes.
Sure, what's up?
Can you go back into selecting somebody in one of those wonderful silhouettes that Scopely coded 10 years ago?
Sure.
So go in there. I just want to call out the match rules filter. It's pretty sweet. That's really nice, neat, good UI, good user experience instead of having to go back and forth and all that. It's right there in front of you. So when you're setting up your lineup or doing whatever you need to do, it's all right there for you. So again, the boosts that we're getting are color specific. So we're getting 125 green. So I guess that's 100% green, right? So taking 20. Well, I guess no, it's a full 125% because they're not debuffing that in any way anyway. And then you get the column break. So we have that match rules filter right there, nice and easy. So we're going to set up a little bit of a lineup here, Bob, right? So we'll just we'll do that. We'll do some of the CSS just to show people some of the like how easy some of it can be. Obviously, Lyra is going to be in there. That's just a given. She also has the that's cake.
We also have,
and she has a double boost move. She doesn't need a plate. So those that are strapped for not having the strap pass and don't have plate moves already, for whatever your reasons are for not having that, that's there. She does not need a plate, and we'll do a quick build on that.
Here, let's go ahead and we'll put some female hitters in
Oh, you
here.
put a Raquel in there.
Yeah, I do
you
like
get
me
crazy
some
now.
Raquel. We also have the new revamped Asuka. That's a fun one that we
Yeah,
can
we
mess
also have the
around with.
revamp Rhea.
We do.
So it's hold on. That bottom line is 50% blast gem.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's back out.
Oh, that's fine.
50%
And
blast.
Oscar, you're gonna use if you have Oscar, you're gonna use her the whole feud, period, the end, because you'd be crazy now too. It would be malpractice if you did not.
Yeah, so we have.
She's just too good. She's just too good.
We can test out the
She's
new
such a great card.
revamped Oscar. We also have Jade. Jade is a CSS. We have Abby the Witch is another CSS. Let's see if we can build a CSS lineup. How's that sound? And then Bianca could be an acro, so we can go ahead with the acro Bianca. Wonder if this will show for blue gems. There you go. Who else do we have? We have Nikki. We have Arcade Assassin Asuka. We have a lot of Showboat CSS I'm seeing now. We have Asuka, Jade, and Tori. That's 3 Showboat CSS.
Yeah, Tori's a kind of guaranteed. She's always going to be there.
The Liv. We got the Bianca.
Jade is easy, and again, Jade has that new moment too. So if you did get that new moment, the new R-Truth moment, she gets some nice boost there as well, and she has a couple different builds that you can use.
I don't see any.
I used a 2-move build for her, so we'll get into that too after Bob's done scrolling. He's trying to hypnotize me by scrolling up and down. It won't work, Bob.
I'm trying to look at the CSS list, and I'm wondering who is a Monday Night Raw superstar besides just Abby. There's nobody, huh?
Hold on, let me do it. I can check on that. Hold on.
Yeah, it just looks like it's Abby the Witch. Or, well, yeah, I mean,
I guess... for CSS, you mean?
Yeah, just for the CSS. I mean, we can do Lyra here. That leaves this open. We can get our Tori Wilson here, I guess. Okay, hold on. We're closing in. Revenge Tour. Abby. Arcade Assassin would go here. Arcade Assassin.
Bailey.
No Queen of the...
You sure you mean Tech Bailey? Oh, for the mobile gem? Oh, I didn't see that. 500% the mobile gem.
That is significant as a Tech Bailey bonus. But
okay, so I understand. So hold on a second. So there's been a lot of chatter about the new Liv. Some people are like, why are we getting another Liv? I don't care about that. I'm not dating them. I'm not going out with them. I'm not doing anything with them. It's just a digital. It's just a digital imprint on my phone that's taking up space, right? That's all it is to me. So she has a build with the mobile gem damage, which obviously would put the crossplate. However, and Bob, you know this. I think you've messed around with her a little bit too. I just put out a video earlier today. I'll throw that in the chat. But her best build is not the immobile, but maybe we can mess around with that and see if we can. Well, I guess the finisher, right? That would be what you would use on that. Yeah.
The finisher would be huge here. And I don't think, yeah, her area only stays at 3x3. I think it's the sub. The sub into the finisher is your biggest win.
Did you just use the S word?
What? Yeah, I did.
You want me to walk out of here? I mean, you probably do, but sub top row with 99. Oof. Yeah, you are right, because it's going to create that many. And it's 5 turns, though, so you're probably 49 random. You're probably going to be left with half of that.
About right? Like 20, yeah, 20, 25.
25, yeah. So you're going to get that. And then there's another move that creates, what, 3x3?
There's the 3x3, yep.
That's so you basically have to kill. Yeah, you're not going to recycle. You have to basically kill, right? So
the other way that you could do this, that I looked into it on the account, was if you start with blue NP, and now that this move is a no pin bar move, you could skip the sub, and you would end up charging your live kick with the DDT, and then you'd be able to recycle your DDT with a honky tonk blues plate. So green to blue.
Yeah.
But if we're going to play for 99 MP, which is what this feud would be, Liv will have 99 MP, then there is a chance you can get the live kick, the DDT, the live kick again, and then the Oblivion. You would be able to do that. The issue is, the live kick is random. So the 3x3 is random, and you're not going to be guaranteed 18 immobile gems. You might just get 9 regardless. That being said, the top lane bonus of 500% immobile gem damage is an additional 2.5 million damage per immobile gem. And so without trainers and coaches, and I think the moment also gives 100%. And the 150%.
I think it's more.
Yeah. Without all of these things, you're doing 3 million per immobile. So if you just decide to build straight immobile damage, which hopefully someone on this account has tried the immobiles out, there's 100% from Bull. That's good. Does anyone remember that Ludwig exists?
Kaiser or Dom, no?
Apparently nobody remembers that Ludwig exists.
Yeah. But I think Dom does 100% if I'm not mistaken too, right? Or is that because she does blast gems? I think he does.
The new Dirty Dom does.
That's what we're supposed to be. Yeah. Oh no, it's blast gems he does. Oh. Okay, so yeah, it's not that then. Yeah, so then it'd be Ludwig.
It's Nakano.
And then Hogan.
100.
Let's see. Charger.
Alright, so Ludwig's got to be somewhere around here under the freebie section with reduced talent. I tell you what, learning where these people are on this account is an experience. And then Zombie Live will also have 60% immobiles. Oh, we just passed Hogan. Might as well take him too. And I'm sure Zombie Live is probably in use on somebody. There she is.
Yep, so I got 60%. Let's see what we're buffing then. Okay. That's a 2.34.
So 2.34. And then we're picking up an additional 650% from the lane bonus and the moment. So that's another 3.3 million damage.
And then 300% if you throw the crossblade on there.
So let's go ahead. Where is our gem damage strap? Boom.
100%. Look at this.
Oh yeah, what are we doing? 150s now?
We're all snobs now. We need the 130s, the 150s.
So our KO plate, whenever you make 6 or more, increase your green damage and black move damage. Are we actually making any gem damage here? No, we're just doing...
Well, technically, if you are going to... So here's an interesting thing, Bob. So if you drop the 3x3 random area, then use the blue and put the green over that and spam it, then you do it again, you're triggering the KO plate twice, and you're actually getting the damage out of it.
Yeah, well, we could try it. Let's try that.
It'll be different, obviously, in Feud, but that's basically how you would play this. It's 4 moves. It's a little bit of foreplay, as I like to call it. But you do get you process both of these plates twice, and you're experiencing the gem damage boost from the line bonus of 500% immobile. You're getting the 125% green, and then you're hitting the finish.
All right, so let's try that out. This will be our little template. I'll save this for now. We're not actually going to use it, but I'll save it. Let's go on the road.
The good thing about a build like this, by the way, you're going to encounter some tier 6, some super armor builds as well. This kind of skirts around that because it's not a gem damage, right? It's damage per. So you would actually skirt around that if I'm not mistaken, right?
I agree.
So that's another good reason to play that.
So also looking
at
at the surface, okay, with what our immobiles are doing right now, which is 3.1 million, adding 2.5 mil to that would take our bonus per immobile gem up to 5.6 million damage per immobile gem in Feud. So that would be a significant amount of damage when you're generating 9 immobile gems just alone, right? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, and if you process twice, you're getting it twice. So let's do the green. Wait, hold on. Let's see what the gem damage is first. Actually, all right.
I already did it.
Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. Let's click on the green. That's on the mobile. So right now it's 559. That's Pretty wild. Let's click on the actual gem that has that. So 906 on that. So you're gonna spam that.
All right. So let's go ahead with our choose move.
Yeah, with the blue. Yeah, you're gonna spam that area, and you can do 12, and it's not gonna do anything.
So let's go ahead and build around these blue immobile gems so that we can recycle on our blue move. And we
Beautiful.
can bring
What
this
a
blue
brilliant
one
guy you
down
are,
as
Bob.
well. All right.
Bob the Builder, building around the blues.
So that was
There it is. Look at
17.
that. What a beautiful board too.
Almost
So
18
17 million.
Almost 18 mil there.
So hit the green again.
And now our
Now let's see where
regular
please place it
our
over
regular
green. Now let's see what we
greens
can
are 900k. Our immobile greens are 1.2, almost 5 mil.
Now look at the finisher. Just don't process it. Just look at what the damage is.
Yeah, so we're still looking at 3.1 mil per
That's the same.
immobile.
Yeah.
So we would still, in this particular case, again, in Feud, guys, remember, an extra 2.5 million damage per immobile gem here. So we'd still be doing close to 45 million damage, maybe 46, 47 mil. But if you wanted to do more, then you would try to save your immobile gems, right? And you would use this choose move. We're going to leave our immobile gems alone. We're going to go ahead and take everything out on the very far left over here, and we're going to recycle our immobile gem move. So here we go. We still have our 9 immobile gems. We're going to put out 9 more. Hopefully they don't overlap. They did not. And then we'd have 18 immobile gems. Right now, again, it's only 3.1. In Feud at 5.6 million damage. You're talking about over 100 mil when you click this button.
Yeah. Don't be a hater, Dirty. This is some class gameplay right here. Live. No props.
No props needed, right? Just 99 MP.
Yeah, that's the best way to play it.
But yeah.
It might be, again, with the 500% and all the other stuff that's going on with it, we might not need that, but that is a way that you can play it in Feud if you do have her top row. If you're not going to do the all yellow.
If you're going to find someone that's going to be using those crazy health Hall of Fame trainers and all these fancy medals and 100% vitality straps, all this stuff, then this is definitely a way, like Flex said, to skirt around that. And for those people that have those crazy armor builds, this is going to be awesome to work around, right? So yeah, Liv doing some work. Are we watching Monday Night Raw as well? I am not. I'm assuming there's some good stuff going on if you're asking us though. So yeah, that's a very solid way to run Liv. If you don't want to run her the triple yellow, especially for this particular feud with this crazy immobile gem damage bonus. Who else can we test out today? Let's see, we got Abby. Abby's going to be an interesting one. She also comes with a +1 move charge in the lane and 100% red gem damage. Ooh, and we also have both moments on here. For those of you also, and this is a prime example, for a lot of you that are like, I don't want to do the talent up contest anymore. It's stupid and it's not worth anything. Well, hold on. Okay, let's hold the phone. The Feud domination chest that is in the very max milestone of this talent up has been revamped.
Which you get 4 of. Yeah,
so,
you get 4 of, by the way.
So for those of you also that are missing the Summer of Champions 2024 moment token, the one that you need 8 of for Batista and May and Maxine and Ilya, that's in here. For those of you that are missing the Wyatt 6 versus American Made moment token, which was a very expensive moment when it first came out, and that is the one that we're going to be highlighting here today with Abby. This is also available in this chest. And just like that, the new Bloodline moment token. For a lot of you that are like Jacob Fatu is number 1, this is here too for Jacob Fatu and all the new Bloodline. So this chest has been revamped, also including the Loser Leaves Judgment Day moment, also including R-Truth enters the Women's Royal Rumble moment token. It has the Tori Wilson moment. There's a lot, and the NXT Arrival moment token, which a lot of you have been still hunting down this NXT moment token. there's a lot of moments that are in this chest. On top of that, they also have the new Mega Bonus Chance straps in here. Which, for those of you that are unaware, these straps go up to 150% gem damage, move damage, 100% defense, and 100% health. So, yeah, there might not be... Sorry, I was going to say, go on.
Oh, no, go ahead, please.
I was going to say, there might not be feud perks in this chest, but this chest is still available if you max out the talent up. Lots of goodies.
Yeah, I mean, the eat plate's in there too. So again, it is RNG. You do get 4 items in there, and that's probably the chest we're going to see in Flash anyway. So that has definitely been revamped. I know I've been, a bit of a squeaky wheel about that. It was a little bit short on substance, let's call it. I'll use politically correct term on what it used to be. So again, it's your choice if you want to max or not. You don't need the buckles anymore, so that they did give a gift there. It's kind of weird. People are like, well, I want a reason to do talent up. Well, now you don't need a reason to do talent up at all if you don't want to. I personally never like talent up. Dirty usually has to remind me on Fridays, hey, do your talent up. He usually yells at me over text. But everyone knows I don't like talent up. I never did. I don't really care about my roster that way. I mean, I have a nice, well-hygiened, well-manicured roster, but it's not something that I really look. I can't wait to take this person to this level. Dom is one that I'm going to take 6-star gold because I generally enjoyed doing his preview. I generally enjoy his gameplay. I like how fast he can be. I am going to take Rhea 6-star gold because I do want to see what she's going to do this weekend with 48 moments that she has. I don't have her gear. You don't need her gear. My video on there has the revamp with no gear on there. Still 2 moves that you can do, 3 moves that you can do. She's very, very fluid, very, very smooth. So there's a lot of good options that you have for females now. And to have some of these moments added in, like this moment that you're showing right now, the White 6 versus American Made, that is a class moment. I like that moment a lot.
This was a moment that I wanted so bad when it first came out.
This was the $900 moment, right?
This was the $900 moment.
That somebody with VIP 6 probably just got for free an hour ago. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You talk about fairness.
This was an experience. This was also very recently available on one of the recent midweek walls that we had, I think. The 8th anniversary midweek prize wall. And boy, oh boy, did I cave, and I ended up getting this moment over the 8th anniversary plates, which I really like the idea of the trap anniversary plate, but I just couldn't not get this moment. I just wanted this moment.
Especially with how... Yeah, I'm really surprised that they put this in. Sometimes they do some really wacky stuff, like they do in Boss Battle, given how crates of goodness people just didn't do anything for the event. That's a personal gripe too. But this moment to be available essentially for free just for doing talent up, potentially anyway, that's pretty wild. And by the way, that trap plate, that 8th trap plate is my favorite plate too. So for anybody that does see it come around again, that is an amazing plate.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't begrudge the idea of taking this moment over that. It makes so many people good.
So I'm curious, have you looked into how to play Abby post both moments? Because she has so many strong moves that I think it's really a dealer's choice of how you want to play her. She is just so damn good.
I like so if you do the two moves that are 1 MP,
yep,
plus the moments, you're spamming a lot of column breaks, and they're boosted a lot. Was it 250% or 200%, whatever it is, plus like the entourage that you're putting on top of it?
Yeah, I think it's 200.
And you're filling her up.
And then all gems 50. Yep. And you don't need any MP trainers.
Yeah, it's wild. And you're getting boosted all over the place.
Mm-hmm. The tricolor fruit loop. Okay, what tricolor are we talking about? The tricolor we have on board here, chat?
I thought I had my own language. Ben definitely has his own language.
So no, a different tricolor. So Flex and I are talking about tricolor 1. Right, you guys are talking about another tricolor. So what's tricolor that chat's talking about?
You're talking about the multi-build?
The black 1 MP. Okay, yeah, we got that one.
Purple red. Yeah, we got that.
The
We were talking
red
about that, the
multi.
purple and the
Okay. And the
black one, red
finisher.
multi.
Okay, so instead of row breaks, we're putting out multi-gems. That's the only difference you have here. Okay, sure, I could see that. Double
I do like
purple
that.
MP? Why double
do like
purple
that.
MP when we have a 1 MP black move? Or is there another one? Oh, there's another 1 MP black move.
The other one, right above that, right above the sub, no?
Okay.
Oh, the black one. You're talking about the black one.
Well, so hold on.
Increase your
Is this because
your
in
processing
case you
points.
fight an acrobat? Or do we want to keep... I feel like we keep this.
Hold on, let him catch up.
I feel like we keep this because you only need 5 MP for the red.
Well, you have the other one that gives you red MP. So you would take that other, the two-handed bulldog out.
This is it though, right? Yeah, because you don't want to have to get...
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to waste
well, I
2
don't like
MP. You don't want to waste 2 MP trainers when you can get away with 1 MP trainer. Eggs. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so this is the setup. Red and Sherry. I'm assuming you're using Santa. Okay, so here, what's previous got? Do we got anything good here? We got Sherry. That's good. We got red MP. Of course we don't. We have purple and black MP. Why would we have red MP? Oh, please give me patience as I scroll.
Patience on it.
I feel like I have to look for.
Oh, you don't need Santa. It's 6 MP. You don't need Santa on there with the middle.
Yeah, we don't need Santa with the middle lane this time around.
Maze Crown and Sheriff's Bell. You just throwing out a whole bunch of stuff out there. You love Maze Crown, Ben.
Red and Sherry. So we got red and Sherry. Okay.
Yep.
What are we doing now? Are we just gonna make this the whaliest thing under the sun and use Uncle Howdy while we're at it?
Well, who's the red one? That's Z Bailey, right?
Zombie Bailey, yeah.
So she should be on there.
Let's check previous, please. Please. We got it.
Look at that.
All right.
I do like the roll break for the sake of, well, yeah, I mean, you'd use a multi, so you would use Leo, right? Yeah, you would use Turtle at the bottom.
You want to use
Second
Turtle
up
or
from
do
the
you
bottom.
want to use Uncle Howdy?
I would use Turtle so we don't piss too many people off. I think we're already doing that just between live.
That's fair. That's very fair.
All right,
Maze
so
Crown. Oh, here we go. Maze Crown's right here.
oh yeah,
Okay.
right there. Yeah, look
And
at
then-
that, nice and convenient.
And Sheriff's Badge. Boy, oh boy, I haven't seen the Sheriff's Badge in use in a long time.
Wait, hold on. If you're spamming all that, why are you using Sheriff's Badge and not the Rumble?
What is a Red Rumble, right?
Yeah, I would use the red Rumble. It's a primary color, and you get the boost also in the middle.
Where is that? Is that in use?
If you're breaking all that anyway, right? I think it's towards the bottom.
There we go.
If I
Red.
remember correctly, I'm on. Yep, there you go. Look at that.
Let's test out the Red Rumble.
Look at that.
So wait, why are we getting the May Crown though? Whenever you break 7 or more yellow gems? That must
he
be
just
why
did
we're
that.
doing the Sheriff's Badge. Ah, okay.
Oh, one to trigger the other?
Yeah,
No,
okay.
it's just still trigger it.
So, well, we're
sure.
gonna make red gems, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hold on.
Fruit Loops. Red, yellow, green. Go whale, use Sean's? You have fruit snacks built too.
Got what I asked for. He was quiet. He's giving us Fruit Loops.
No, I think we're okay here. I don't think the May Young Crown is gonna work without the Sheriff's Badge, but that's okay. I think this goes to show we only need one plate. We'll keep it on for now, just in
Sometimes
case.
it doesn't trigger. Sometimes it doesn't trigger both. Let's see what this gives us though. I just got it from the. We need props.
Oh, we don't have perks, do we? Well, good thing that we have
Yeah.
this random red show of heart here.
All right, forget that you're seeing a prop right now.
Yeah, forget all that. We didn't see anything. Okay. So, this is how it would look in Feud. Mind you, in Feud, we would also have an additional 75% red gem damage on top of this. Okay? So, we're getting 23 times 20s, which these red gems are ginormous at 6.5 million damage apiece.
Press on the regular one. Tap a regular.
Okay, hold on. That was our gain MP. Let's check the regular. Regular is 250k.
Okay.
On the red.
Yep.
And then we don't have any rubrics, so no need to worry about that.
Yeah, make 23 gems into red gems. So it should hit and trigger the rumbly rumble, which also getting boosted because of the line bonus.
And then, yep, the rumble triggers as well.
Give it.
160 million damage.
Overkill damage. I like that. And I have the red rumble.
And that will be even stronger in Feud.
I love how the loot triggers another plate cascade. Like we need that.
Crazy.
So the Mae Young trigger that. Yeah, so that's pretty lovely. I mean, I don't like using multi as much, but that's pretty lovely.
So let's try this out.
It would actually do that. It would hit a lot more in Feud, right? Because your red is going to be loaded up.
Yep.
Oh no, because you're not doing the, yeah. Never mind. It wouldn't hit. It wouldn't trigger.
We'll try out Ben's Fruit Loop build here. Why not? We'll have the sheriffs.
Touch the board, which I like. I don't like touching the board.
We'll have the sheriffs trigger the crown as well, and we'll keep the same everything else. All right, we'll keep the same everything else. You know what we could do also for a lot of you out there? We could take Seth off and we could put on a minus MP if you'd like. That way, for those of you that don't have Seth but still have everything else for this setup, you too can see what that will hit. But for now, when we're in the match, we'll test this out. We've got our multi-gems down. Our multi-gems still at 6.5 million damage. Still 250k, and now let's see what happens. We have our red gems, and we definitely broke 15 of them, and now we have our sheriff's badge. We definitely broke enough yellow gems, and there's the Mae's crown where we break enough green gems. That also does 148 million damage.
Yeah. On balance, Feud will be more with the rumble, but you do have the option to trigger with the badge if you don't have the rumble plate. So good luck on the Fruity Loopy.
So something to keep in mind
Great
too.
card.
This Omega moment that we're talking about here, the only thing we're really getting damage on for this moveset is just the general damage output, right? It's 50% gem and multi-gems. It's not a huge increase to multi-gems like the first moment that we have, which everybody should have on their account.
Yep, I do now too.
You can use black.
Yeah, so you're getting that. Now, again, that's kind of being replaced with the fact of you're getting the Feud perks. So on the other... the whale moment, you're replacing some of that damage that you're getting Feud if you don't have that moment. So.
Yep. And again, like Flex is saying,
you should see about the same damage.
You're getting a huge pick-me-up on the damage output in Feud because of the lane bonus that we have. So what we can do for those without Seth, all right, just for argument's sake, we're going to bring in a minus MP character, so we don't have to worry about Jade being loaded, and we don't got to keep wasting our props here.
Yeah, you could just take it out. Yeah, you could just leave it an empty slot. It doesn't matter.
So I'm just going to leave minus yellow MP. We won't waste our props. This gives us no offensive damage, okay? Just for everyone to be on the same page, this does not help with our damage output at all.
Yeah. Bob being big brain Bob right now with the down yellow.
And we'll make sure that we don't give her a yellow match to swipe into.
Yeah, no, it won't matter. She won't get a chance to breathe after this.
So now, instead of times 20s, we're making times 17s.
Yep.
Still the same amount of everything else, okay? We're going to gain our MP, and we can, before we click the move, we can check our damage output. So our damage output's still 252 on the basic red, but the times 17s have dropped from 6.5 to just over 5.5 mil. Alright? Just
She's
for everyone
fast,
to be on the same page.
Animations are pretty fast too. I like
Super
not touching
quick.
the board. I'm not a big fan of multi as a whole. I try and move away from that as much as I can, but this is pretty sweet.
So there's your reds, there's your yellows, there's your greens, and even without Seth, 116 million damage.
Yeah, it's before perks, obviously, and whatever
And
steps
yes, that is before the lane bonuses. And something to keep in mind, this moveset does utilize green gems with the Unbreakable Crown. Green gems are getting a bonus from the Steel Cage side of the feud as well.
Yeah.
So Abby the Witch is quite a winner. There's a lot of ways to run her. And I think to Flex's point too, what I'd like to actually kind of try and do, if we can, is test out the row break build. I actually like the row break build a whole lot.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking we can do is we get.
I do think her shards will be available. They've actually been pretty. I gotta say, considering how good a card she is, how great a card she is, quite frankly, her shards have been pretty available, at least from what I've seen, because I've been chasing them, and I was pretty far away from her, and I just got her this week. Well, this past week from the Elite Loot helped out, but you know she's been pretty available there, which I give credit for.
Beautiful. Check this out. Now, for those of you that do have this fancy moment for the plus 10 row breaks, okay, and you have the first moment, we're going to run the row break damage. This does not make a difference in terms of the straps and medals that we have, but just for argument's sake, we'll keep on the same skill plates, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Now this is what I would like to see with her, is just how much damage all of these row breaks will do. So with the moment, we're generating 23 row breaks, which is practically half the board. We're going to gain our 10 purple MP, and that is very important because we need this bonus damage per row break, and we're getting 3.23 million damage per row break out there. And we have 23 of them. And then we turn the board into red, and then yellow, and then green with the Fruit Loops build that Ben was talking about. So just on bonus damage on row breaks alone, there's 74 million damage before the gen damage. And then
by the way,
blow up.
Yeah, and what are we doing? We're going around the tier 6. Big brain moves. Look at that.
That's the go-to for me, right there. That's the one that if I'm going to use Abby, I will use this, because just like Flex was saying, staying away from multi-gems, staying away from tier 6 medals and preventatives and all that stuff, that is just pure damage coming at you. That one, though, keep in mind, actually uses the hefty, pricely, costly moment.
It does, a little bit. But again, if you're doing that kind of damage, you have... What I like about overkill, and this is my new thing, is the overkill thing, is that you have wiggle room. So some of the videos that I put out there, and I expressly write in the description, which I hope people know how to read, is this is showing you overkill, so you know that if you don't have Turtle Seth, you're going to have a little bit less. Or if you don't have this, you're going to have a little bit less. But if you're doing 180, you don't need 180 in Feud right now, even if you're fighting a showboat, whatever that has everything dialed up.
Right.
Unless they have a kick-out move, because they're probably not going to kick out of 100 million, 130, 10 million thing. But if you're doing 150 million damage and you drop it down to 115, if that's what you have, 115 is not bad damage to bring into a feud before steps and line bonuses and everything else.
Not even close. Not even close to bad damage. Yeah, you could use the 8th anniversary plate for sure. You can use the Rumble plates. You can use a lot, right? Abby the Witch is very flexible, arguably the best powerhouse female in the game. I think there's a great argument.
She's not touching the board. I mean, what else do you really want from a card to chase if you don't have her? Again, I'm not advocating someone to spend or whatever, but if she's there and she's on the wall, just accumulate. She is. I never really looked at her because Bob, I don't really look at. I do a little more now because I have to.
Yeah.
But I never really looked at cards before. But I never so far away from her. But like a card like that has these moments already. Two amazing moments. One that was free, just for doing basic work. I know some people don't have Loomis, so that's a little bit of a sore spot for some. But again, if you see shards of her available when she's a can't miss star, or you can get her from Prestige if you're really that far away, or you were taking a break during that time or whatever. Like, she doesn't touch the board. She has 1 MP moves. She is a solid star for every single mode. Not just for you. Like, you can use 1 MP builds. You can use MP builds. You can use a whole bunch of different things. Multi damage per. I mean, she is an absolute. She's a star.
I think every single one of the movesets that we just used here pretty much used 1 MP. So I think that's spot on. I don't care if it's Showdown. I don't care if it's. I don't care what it is. Like, she's a hitter. Just doing that right now for me, I'm convinced even more than ever that I want to take my own Abby to 6-star gold, just from doing this.
Yeah, I'm taking her. I have her level 1. Like I said, I just got her the other day. I have the moment. Well, it's the moment's on 20, I think, but it's still plenty. But again, 1 MP moves, multi moves, whatever you want to do. But if you have the red rumble plate. Or, well, you don't really need Seance. You can use Seance too, I guess, because it only breaks 8, just in case something wacky happens. But it's a little bit of a cover. But she doesn't touch the board. Like, what else do you want from a speed perspective, quality life perspective? She doesn't touch the board. She's doing mega damage. Like, what else do you want?
Just top notch.
I am taking her. She's going to be my prime project for this. And if, again, people see her on the wall, if she is going to be, I'm not teasing or spoiling anything. We don't know. We'll find out on Thursday, which you should be on the stream on Thursday, finding out what's going on for the weekend. But I do feel like her shards will be available because not only have they been, but she is one of the CSS, and they usually like to try to, earn off the fact that she's a CSS and people will chase for obvious reasons.
They want to incentivize you to play, and by incentivizing you to get those characters in order to play even more. Anybody else on this hit list that we want to talk about? I feel like we went over a lot of Arcade Assassin last month. I feel like we didn't really touch up on Queen Nia Jax, but I also feel like that's...
I was going to say, is Donjay still on? Do you want to annoy Donjay?
I was going to say, that's such a sore spot for so many players out there.
Let's get that salt. You can be Salt Bay for the Salt Bob.
Salt Bob.
Come on, Salt Bob. Throw it in. Throw Nia up.
Oh, my God. All right, sure. We'll do a quick Nia one. Why not? We still got Donjay in the building, or what?
I just tagged him.
So I
Burn
mean,
it to 11.
Jeez, we have a lot of hefty moves on this Nia. I was also curious. Do you think there is space for her? She doesn't have a way to keep replenishing her blue move, huh? That's what I was kind of thinking with the new Dirty Deeds plate, with the power gems, like the boost and the boost, kind of like Bam Bam, right? Like Bam Bam does the whole 1 MP, put out your power gems, 1 MP, put out your power gems type of thing. I
like that it's a choose move. Yeah, I do like that it's a choose move. You would need the was it Bad Attitude plate or whatever? What is that? Whatever plate it is. You just
but then that gets rid of the new one.
You can do that. I don't like that because again, that's foreplay, and there's another term I have for it. I'm not going to use it on this official stream. But she does have a couple of class builds. She has a 2-move build that you can use.
Okay.
So you can just do the blue move and boost up the red MP, and just destroy everything. So scroll up. So
boost up the red MP. She's a red MP.
You already have that on there. So the first one is the headbutt. So it's going to boost up the black MP. So it's going to fill up your finisher. And then you can either do blue black like that, or if you have the right perks, or if you're going to use her top line, you go to the other finisher.
Okay. I guess she has how many? She has 3 finishers. Jesus.
Yeah. So you would do the Annihilator. Oh, she does have 3 finishers. You're right. You could do the Annihilator.
Okay. Let's do that.
that's going to be blue gems. So if you do have a future mode that has that, so you can do blue gems, and you could throw a spam plate on that. Or if you go all the way to the bottom, you had the other finisher that was there.
Choose a 5x7
Chip.
into red gems.
Chip. Yeah, so you immediately trigger
like a rumble plate.
A rumble plate. Yeah. And again, if you put her in the middle, you have that extra 100%. So again, she has several different builds that are really, really quality. You can do the well, you want me to give you one build for us to run real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so use the headbutt just for the MP.
Right.
Use the scroll up just a little bit, the leg drop.
The leg drop, you got it. So color turns and then randoms into multis. Okay.
Yeah. And you can do it like this, and again, you're gonna get the blue. You can either do the blue like that, or you can do the 5x7. But whichever one you want to use on the finisher to show. But you're gonna have 23 gems that are on multiply.
She has better blue gems, but you make a good point that if we used her in the middle lane, she'd get red gems. But
Getting that extra is nice, especially with the 25 debuff on that.
Yeah, let's try the red one out. Why not? How do we get our red loaded is the problem, I'm thinking. We don't have a red and blue trainer yet, right? Ah, dang. Okay. Alright, so let's try blue, black. Let's try this. Gain black MP by 9. Color turns multis. Board into blue. Okay, got it. Let's see, has anybody used her on this account? Okay, they kind of...
Yeah.
This is all over the place. Lawler, R-Truth, Turtle Kofi, Davy Boy Smith, and Sherry Martel. What are we doing here?
I'll put Cherry on there, and yeah, do that.
What are we doing here, y'all?
Some Zoro stuff going on here.
We got Zeke Gunther.
Hold on, which one did you do for? You did the blue one, so yeah, do that one.
Zeke Gunther is great. And then we could either do Seth. Man, we really could piss people off if we used Yidu, so huh?
You do that, or you do Howdy, you really piss people off too.
Here, you know what? If you have Queen Naya,
6 more multis. If he's also creating 6 more, I'm just saying.
If you have Queen Naya, what's the likelihood you don't have Yi Uso and Uncle Howdy, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
Here, well,
we have it on this account. Who else? Who doesn't have?
Yeah, right. What are you gonna do? All right. So let's go ahead with the 100%.
And you would do the Flaming Glove.
We gotta find it.
For this particular one, because you're doing blues. I think Flaming Glove should be all the way at the bottom. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
And then, are we going for like a blue rumble plate? Do we get a gem bonus here? No, but we do make a bunch of blue gems, and we do have our blue gem coaches. We can go with a blue rumble plate. I think would make sense instead of a black rumble plate. So let's try that out. And we do have a black finisher. Let's go with the black move damage metal. Welcome on in, Saiku. Did it not start? There we go. Because Striker Knight doesn't exist. I apologize also, I did not go over the moments. The moments that she has are down here. It is Queen of the Ring, which is 50% all gem defense, 50% purple damage, some snowfall, some trap, and some column breaks, which do not help us here. However, we do have 50% more armor. We have 300% color turn damage, and multis will increase by 2. So we're going to go ahead with our black MP gain. Now we have both of our moves locked and loaded, ready to go. Black gems are 210k, blue gems are just under 200k at 197. We're going to make...
Now, Liv has a reversal on that, by the way, right?
She does. The new Liv has the move, the MP gain reversal. Yes.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and we threw out our color turns and our multi-gems. So our blues are now at 224. Our blue color turns are at 476. Our blue multis are at 258. So
You want to hear something a little bit interesting and wacky that you can do instead of the Flaming Glove for people who don't have it? The Devon specs, because that boosts everything. The same amount as the Flaming Glove boosts the boost. There you go.
This is true.
That's my one contribution tonight.
You got a lot more than
Nothing else to do. Nothing else to do today.
So whole board into blue again, and there's 93 million damage on your 3 button clicks for Queen Naya.
No touch board, no touchy.
No touch board, no touchy.
And she's in the Prestige shop for those that want.
Goodness,
I wanted to go get her.
For real.
She is really good. I'm not a fan of cascading and all that. If they're doing that kind of damage consistently and doing all the other stuff, saving time for not having to touch the board, I'm okay with the cascades. I'm a snob with that in general, but because I don't like touching the board. But it's you can't hate on that. Do the running hip attack because we get the boost on that too.
Okay. So let's do this. And then this is when we would use the stink face, right?
5 MP. I mean, how could you go wrong with 5 MP? It's phenomenal.
This is when we use the stink face because we're making black gems. Okay, got it. Want to chat with 2bob and Bros chat? The layout of the screen to the left is not great. It's been to the left for me for months, brother. That's just how I got it set up. I'm working with somebody to help, I guess, with some more graphical designs, and we'll see if I can get to a point that I can have it centered instead of on the left side of things. Yeah, that'll work for our 5 blue MP still, so that works. We're not going to get a bonus from Sherry here because we're doing column breaks.
No, column breaks. So you would put on the back, you would have, what's her name, Lyra?
Black gem damage. Okay, so here, let's check out previous. Someone's got to have this, right? Column break damage, okay. And then we have a lot of power gem stuff here. I don't feel like that helps. Z-Liv is black gem damage, so that's fun. Who do we have that's, is it JD McDonough that's 40% black gem damage? Yeah, 40% black gem damage on JD McDonough. Beautiful. And then, oh, there we go. R-Truth, 150% column breaks on the front end. Beautiful. Okay, we're still gonna rock this. Now the real question is, do we try this with the Yeet and Devil's Drip combo, or do we try it without first? I think we try it without, and then we'll see how much we do with.
Without, yeah, without. Although the Weekend Wall did have both, which is nice. So the Heat Plate's been around quite a bit.
No worries, like, Breaker. Definitely not. No offense taken. I'm very, very lighthearted about a lot of this. Yeah,
I've said a lot worse about Bob. I might actually that over.
I see you over there, Flex, talking all that in the chat. Alright, so we get our MP, we get a bunch of column break gems and black gem damage increase, so that's a huge combo move.
Yeah, and the Weekend gets it too, so you're getting it organically through the...
We get another 150% column break gem damage on the Weekend, yes.
And that's pretty much the board, so that's nice.
Then we turn 30 column break gems into black gems, and then destroy the whole board in case we miss any. Yeah, so let's see how much this does without the Devil's Drip and the Yeet combo. So there's all the black gems, everything goes boom. That's 60 million damage right there. And another board break on top. And another 30 gems from the Blue Rumble, which we completely... I forgot that was there. Oh, twice. That's another 30... I mean, hey, look, there you go. That's 90 million damage. You just broke like 160 gems.
Yeah, so without the... she is a great SD task card, by the way, when you have to break X amount of gems. She's a great task too. So just another thing to, when you look at value of a card, who to chase, who not to chase, who to get a prestige, whatever. Cards that check off all these boxes for quality of life purposes, and again, that's something I'm very, very big on, is huge for me, for us, whatever, is to consider, because, you know, you don't want to sit there breaking row breaks when Abby can do 29 a clip, you know what I mean?
Looks like an OG tough set cascade.
She said she's a really, really great card.
Yeah, she.
And by the way, the first number print that you got was what, 60 million? You said
60
so.
mil.
Feud, that's going to be about 75 million.
60 mil. Yeah. So
That's
here
with that moment.
we'll try it out with both the drip and the yeet, just because Ben wants to see what is he missing out on, and should he feel inclined to getting Nia Jax off of the club. So your gain MP, boom. You got your column break gems, bomb, which comes out with the ×7s from the Devil's Drip, which doesn't really look like it's all that helpful, right? Like, you got a couple on loot gems here, 1, 2, 3. You got 2 on yellow gems and 2 on red gems, so that's really not all that helpful.
Not on this build. The other finisher, the Annihilator, is better because it's spamming a certain color. So at least you get the blue. This is like you said, you're wasting 3 on loot breaks.
So that was almost 99 mil on the first blow up, and on the second blow up you have another 35 mil. So there's 135 mil pretty much.
Yeah. This is both moments activated?
Yes. This is both moments. Good. And there you go, Ben. We broke the game just for you. Everything has turned into a red ring.
Look at that.
So you know what? You too. If you want Nia Jax, this is why you get Nia Jax. You too can turn everything into a red ring.
Yeah. Please use her during feud and slow yourself down with the red rings. My score will appreciate it. All right, so what else we got? So you get 3 finishers. It's pretty great too.
It's pretty intense. Yeah. All right, chat. We've already been live for an hour and a half. So who else would you like to see? Jade, Tori, Bianca. Out of those 3, who are we going with?
Akil mentioned Wildcat Liv. So I'm sure people are going to be using her since she's 99 anyway. Do you want to throw her up real quick, or do you want to just focus on CSS?
We're talking about Jersey Wildcat. That's a good point.
Yeah.
We can test out Jersey Wildcat Live over here as the new gen go-to for a lot of players out there.
Hold on, 2-click Jade. Hold on, I have one that I'm just gonna post from our TWF channel. It's great. It's an older build, so you have different entourage now. So she was doing 66 million at that point, so she's doing a lot more now. So hold on, let me post that in there.
Blue gems,
Jade moves. And this is way before the moment, obviously, too. So if you have that RVD, not RVD, R-Truth joins the Rumble moment, she gets extra boost there. I think +2 multi and then 50% gem damage plus 50% defense. So you get some nice boost there, but she's a 2-move card. Hard, not poster. Fire me.
So I'm thinking for Liv, if we stick with this triple red, is probably a good go-to here. Especially, again, with that middle lane red bonus. It seems like that's going to be coming in clutch. Also, we have the +1 MP on the middle lane bonus, so we can afford to use Sherry. We don't need to use Santa. We can use Zombie Bailey again, and I think we're going to stick with using Sethanardo.
Yeah, why not?
This would be a go-to. For those of you that don't, you know what? For those of you that don't have Sethanardo, because this is going to be a more, I guess, like we're talking about open build, open gameplay style. Let's see if we could find someone else who does red gem damage as a coach. Who else do we have for red gems?
Red gem damage? Yeah. You have Tech Cross. There's one option.
Who's like widely available?
Chewbacca is another one, but
Zombie Priest. That's a great one. 30% red gems. You know what? We'll keep Sherry in there because she, to me, has been very available on practically every single prize wall under the sun. There are shards for Sherry.
And by the way, if you don't have her, Striker Andre has a +2 multi on there too.
Yes.
So you're gonna lose a little bit, but again, if you have a ton of wiggle room there, and she has a 99, Did you put? Let me go to your entourage again.
Yep.
Did you put Sting in there?
On the entourage. Yep, we have Sting.
Oh, take him off. She has 99. Rookie.
Oh, that's right. Liv does have 99.
This
Okay.
guy, I can't believe.
I can't believe I'm a content creator either. What can I say? I mean, we could still use Andre for +2.
Yeah.
+2
Hold on.
strength.
So it's going to be the bottom 2 rows. Yeah, let's test that, and then we can, because she's doing the whole board of red, right? Then we can do what's his face, Bulldog after that. See the 45.
Yeah.
See how that rips. Is there anybody doing? Well, I guess Phenom, but no one has Phenom 6-star gold unless you're wacky.
And then for skill plates, for those of you that, again, we can talk about the red rumble plate.
Red rumble, yeah.
Hopefully one of you guys out there have this plate, because this is a killer for her. And we're doing a lot of red gem damage.
Yeah, and on the front you're gonna put no, hold on. I don't know if I would you do that one? I would I guess it would trigger. I was gonna say do the headband. Headband is red, right? I don't know if the whole play will trigger. You could test it.
I gotta find it because it looks like a tissue to me. The headband looks like a hanky. You know what I mean?
I just saw it before.
Oh, there it is. Here we go.
You got it. There you go. It's 50%, so it's not a lot. But I don't know if the hook play will trigger.
We can test that out.
Yeah. Because it's technically, it's not like it's breaking the move.
Yeah.
Red. 42s.
Alright, so we should be good with all of that. We should be good.
Yeah, 99 is going to be in month only moving forward.
This. Alright, let's test her out. Can we see Raquel? She's not really a CSS. Actually, like in any way, shape, or form, because she's a modern era. The only thing would be possibly that she's a powerhouse.
She's line bonus, so she'd be Yeet. You could do 2 moves with her too if you wanted to, but she's Yeet Devil Drip combo.
So let's check it out. We got 191.
She's a Yeeter. Yep.
Still rocking at 191. We got.
Well, she's not a line bonus. She's raw, if I'm not mistaken, bottom left. So she's an option to use, but I don't think you have to use her.
Got close to 3 mil per red gem. We're gonna generate all of these snowfalls. We're going to make our 4 match, but this.
Well, yeah, you're gonna do 2 row breaks to clear.
This looks risky.
So you can do a row break at the top. And,
we're gonna miss this far left side over here. Is not good.
I would still do the top 2 rows.
You think the top?
Oh, hold on. You're converting to black? Yeah, I would still do the top 2, yeah.
I'm thinking...
You're going to miss,
Hear me out. If we do the top 2, we're missing this left side with these 2 times 13s. I feel like if we come down here... I won't click OK, but I'll lay it out, and I guess you'll see what I'm looking at. So if we come down here, all that we're missing is this loot in red. All that we're missing here is this loot in purple. So I think this is the way to go, that we pick up all the times 13s.
All right, brother.
Let's see.
Is the other way you lose 1 column.
Yeah, but we lose the times 13s is the problem. And that's where our big damage is. So let's slow this down. Let's see if we get it all.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. So we did get that, and now we get our rumble plate to trigger. And just like that, that's 72 million.
That's not bad. The only thing is it's a little board dependent if you're not getting them on top like that. You can do who's the one that's creating more snowfalls?
I think that's
is that Miz?
Trish?
Is it Trish?
I think it's Canadian icon Trish. Let's check that out.
I would put her in the middle only because you get that 100% red. So if you want to use the middle on her, again, it's not everyone's going to use different cards. Like for me, I'm probably not going to use her, but it is an option for people to have her. I would put her in the middle if you're going to use her.
So let's switch out a couple things. We got Canadian icon Trish. We could test out the Valkyrie's crest here instead of the red rumble.
Yeah.
Mind you, all these numbers are not as strong as they will be in Feud. Because we're talking about, that middle lane red bonus is going to be significant. So we're going to run it back the same exact way. We're going to put out our 2 rows of multis, and now our red gems have increased just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and hit our middle rope missile dropkick. That's a mouthful. Try saying that 2 times fast, let alone 3.
Not falling for that.
And then we're at 300k, and now we're at 3.7 mil on the multi-red. So that's a nice.
So this is a really, really good drop because you're not missing anything here. So again, you're going to just do the top 2 rows and you're going to hit it.
Yeah, top 2 rows in this case. This is because of Trish.
Yeah, that's cake. Yeah.
So we got this for, and we got that for.
Yep.
Beautiful.
There you go. Now you're playing like a pro. Look at this.
And that was 66 million damage that time without the rumble plate.
But it's more
consistent.
It's safer. Yeah, it's safer, more consistent. Again, in Feud, I don't know what they're doing stepwise and ladders and all this other stuff, but you should be getting with the extra buff if you're going to use her in the middle. If you don't, you're probably going to get about 67 million. If you use her in the middle, probably about 75. I would say 76.
Needless to say, for a freebie character, a B tier, this is definitely a very solid addition to a lot of rosters out there, and she is definitely a great go-to for new gen if you don't have the Arcade Assassin Asuka.
She is a must for talent up because of the green and green +2 multi.
Fantastic entourage.
Yeah, so you'd be crazy not to take her there. And again, she's new gen, so the era itself, you want as much depth as you can. So if they have new gen striker, you have a new gen striker now. If you can't use Asuka, so don't be silly. Build Liv Morgan. You don't want to mess with a Jersey girl.
So who else are we looking at CSS wise? Y'all still got us for about 10-15 minutes more.
Maybe. Might just walk out.
Maybe.
What are they gonna do? Let's see. So, I mean, there was the ask about Raquel. So you want to just run there, just see what?
We can.
I know people have been on the fence building her anyway. So I haven't. I've used her to 6 or so the other time. So.
Use Raquel.
It might be worth it.
I actually took mine.
Release a new one.
I took mine 6-star gold very recently with that Yeet Devil's Drip combo, and boy, is it something.
Don't whale shame me, Bob. Not in public. Don't whale shame me. Molly for RA.
That's a tough experience right there. Y'all want to see Jade also chemo? All right, we'll do a quick hitter for Raquel, and we'll swap on over to Jade right after. Sound good?
Yeah. And I did post that Jade video too if you want. Again, it's older entourage, but she was doing a lot of damage back then, so she's going to be doing a lot more now. And that's before the moment, obviously, too.
All right, so Raquel, this is how I'll be running her. We're looking at the bottom 3 rows into column breaks. We have the shoulder block, which is a 6x2 into multi-gems, and the fall-away slam, which is the choose 7 to make into red gems. I'm actually going to go ahead and swap this out for the shoulder block first, and the scoop slam second.
While you're doing that, I'm looking at Trish, Tribute to the Troops. I want to see if there's any with all the new stuff that's available, if she's viable in any way. So I'm going to be quiet. I know you're going to miss me, but I'm just looking at her. Damage
no
gems, 6 multiplied gems into blue gems.
We also have the new Andre the Giant trainer as well here. For the, I forget who was asking for Raquel, but
6 right.
We're going to go ahead and do that.
Raquel, Chemo was asking for Raquel.
There you go, Chemo.
Your mate.
And so...
We have a lot of requests, but he hasn't put any money in the tip jar. Live's got to stay open.
So we got all of that. We can use Mem Rock. I know someone said Mem is arguably free nowadays, so that's fine. And you know what? If we're gonna go all aboard the free train, we'll just use Z Gunther instead of Zombie Bailey. How's that sound? This should be strong enough still. So again, we get our +1 lane bonus for our red and green MP, and we have our setup here. So what I'm actually going to do, we're going to find if we do have a yellow Shango. Beautiful. and we're going to go ahead and fight our Jade Cargill. Can I show you her entourage real quick? Yes. This is what we're looking at. We just set it up. Free trainers with a whale strap. You know it, bro. Well, the thing is, I mean, the 100%er really isn't that crazy of a strap nowadays. We did a poll on the stream, I don't know, man, like a few months ago at this point, of what we should do, whether it's 100s, 130s, 150s, or just using 20s or 50s. Everybody was pretty unanimous on 100%ers. The Yeet and the Devil's Drip, yes, they are a little on the pricier side of plates, but they've been available so frequently that I guess I'm not really that bothered by using them right now, just because they've been common.
Yeah, the first Yeet I got, it was through a faction event from wall shits that we accumulated from that, so it wasn't additional like expense that way. I mean, we as a faction probably spent a little bit for that event, but it wasn't like additional from the additional. So, but it has been available in basically every wall. So it's good to see that they're allowing that to be available for people, because it literally changes so many cards now.
Mm-hmm. So
NWO Macho has life, X-Pac has life.
So this is what you can expect to see turn 1 with Raquel with these skill plates. You'll be able to make your 6x2 into times 10s. You'll be able to trigger the bottom 3 rows into column breaks, which will trigger the Devil's Drip. And then with your choose move, you can make a 4 match on the one of the bottom 3 rows, and then overlap multi-gems that are on the board and turn them into red gems, so that it's even more damage. And this is what Raquel would look like on turn 1, and there's 106 million damage with Raquel.
Yeah, that's not horrendous. Does she have, I like strap sharing. Does she have somebody on the PH side, modern PH side, that would use that? I don't think so. You'd have to move the plates around, but it's worth it. I mean, if she's doing that quickly.
Yeah, for male, it's tough for column breaks. I think JD McDonough, yeah. JD's a good call.
Yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
Alrighty, chat. Final request. We were talking about Jade. Jade a whole lot of times, Chemo says. Jade. Alright, Jade Cargill it is.
I think we shouldn't do it just because he's asked so many times. I don't want to give in to the mob. Giving into the mob rule.
So, so Jade. Jade's actually pretty darn strong. We looked into... a lot of us over in TNM actually looked into this moveset for Jade. And man, is it something absolutely fierce.
Yep.
If you want a simple 2-click, you can use the 2 green moves and win. If you're looking for like some mega damage, you can use all 3 moves and absolutely clean house with just about anybody under the sun.
Yep. Yeah, I just use the 2 moves. I've been doing that forever. Like I said, that video's many months old now.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a lot of great entourage, and the moment that she's attached to now is pretty strong.
So here, just for argument's sake, let's find...
And that's her primary color, by the way. So that's another reason why I've always done that. I never liked it was a green, yellow. I never liked that. Dirty Nose, I'm not a fan of that kind of set, but I know a lot of people used it.
Here, we'll make this as non-whale heavy as possible. How does that sound? That sound
I don't
good?
think you could use the 60%, the 40-60 on this. You're gonna get tarred and feathered.
Too much hate.
Too much.
That's okay. So the whaliest thing here that you got is Sherry. All right, you got to deal with it.
And this is a middle row. This is middle row because it's a 6 MP. Otherwise, you would have sand on the back.
Correct. And there is for this feud a showboat 6-star spot for the middle row.
Right in the middle. Yep.
And so where is our Nightmare Insignia? Did I pass it just now? I did. The whaliest thing you have is Jade herself. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. I don't know if there's a ultimate plate that is good for this. I'm leaning towards no. I mean, you can use her own Will of Cargill Jade Plate, but it's not.
No, you don't need that. I mean, if you she's not spamming enough for a rumble, so I don't think I ever used an ulti on her anyway.
Yeah, let's just take the ulti off. No argument there. And let's go and look.
Hold on one second.
We'll change up this.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that would be good for it. Oh, no rumble chemo. She's not breaking that much. Unless even if you proc twice, it's not going to matter.
If you run the green, yellow, then her plate is yes, for sure.
You can use the crown. This is a shout out to Ben B. You can use the crown plate on her if you use the other way. There you go. Actually, he just posted that too. You can use the crown plate the other way just to clean up any extra multis on there when the spam's out. Yeah. But that's another way you can do it. She's a very strong card.
So this is one way. Chemo, if you go the Omega damage route with actually using all three of these moves and then using the first green moves twice, then arguably you could possibly make a rumble work, but it's so much extra effort that it's not worth it. Like, she's already going to win. So, first things first.
Because you have to do it. It'll only trigger on the final move you do, right? So it still won't go. There's not enough gems there. You
would need to break 5 row breaks worth of gems, which is just so much choosing.
Yeah,
it's not worth
it. It's not worth it.
So just alone
Rebel if you want to finish it.
with the yellow multis, we're looking at 3.5 million damage a piece here.
Yeah.
And so sometimes instead of using who are we using here? Strowman and Mem, people will use generate more yellows. Or what you can do, and part of what I was saying, and we'll play that out right now just for argument's sake. You use this choose move first. You don't break anything with it. You reload your green moves, you put out your multis a second time, and then you connect the dots one more time. So, just for argument's sake, we can do that here. It's totally fine.
Yeah, you do that if someone has multi-nerfs and you're already in there, you don't want to reset or restart.
Yeah.
Or if someone just has, a vitality build on there, either strap-wise or otherwise. But yeah, you just lay this out. And I like to set up where I create more breaks out of that.
What you can do too is you could do the old Slick Rick setup too.
Yep. And you're proccing that twice, so you're hitting the yellow's doing a lot of damage now. About 4 million probably.
Alright, so we're gonna set this up for the Slick Rick way, and then we can check out our yellows 4.4 mil, and we set up this swipe. And there goes all your yellows, and 85 million damage with Jade. Right?
Yeah.
Like, she smacks super hard. But if you're looking for just a simple 2-click, then probably get rid of, like, Mem or something like that.
Z-Dragon.
Yeah, Z-Dragon, or whoever's going to generate more yellow gems on the back end. And we can run, I'll run a real quick 2-click build for you guys. It's fine with me.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That build is good for different things, but again, it's going to take a while to get it set up, and not a lot of people are as proficient with the.
It's too much clicky for me in a feud to like running it that way. I don't like that.
Doing it, if you do have to do once or twice, one thing, but if you're doing it throughout the entire feud, however much people are going to choose to feud, then it becomes a little stalish.
But here's your
2-click. Forever.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me minus the MP.
Yeah, pop it down.
And then we'll take a swipe. It's fine.
Yeah.
Great. And this is a nice board because it's nice and full of yellows.
Yeah, phenomenal.
And then you can just go ahead and essentially just connect the dots, right, in your yellows. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can make rows and column breaks as well. So
you can do that, or you can just drop it in so that like the red goes and drops in. Then
you can build out your own cascades, right? You could play like puzzle cascades too, right?
Yeah.
like for sure you can drop this red in, and we've also connected dots. So we have an entire left side of the board with 13 yellows, entire right side of the board with 13 yellows. These reds are going to drop on top of each other too. So this is going to be a lot of like quick 2-button clicks and 74 million damage, right? Like boom, boom, done.
All
That's
day
enough
long,
to take out just about everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mess around. Again, I'm a snob, so when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm not trying to, play with my phone screen all day like
So-
that just to set up. But it was good that you showed it to people that they can do that. But I do like where you just crush more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again,
So
that's before any extras. And if you have more of the whaler stuff, if you have the 4060 coach, you would use that. So. Or
But yeah.
hobby.
I mean, that was pretty much what we have for you guys today. So here, let me one more time for the people that missed it. We'll pull up the Blitz CSS. Let's hide the feed CSS. We do have the New Era Begins Blitz midweek, which is Steel Cage Blitz. We do not know the Steel Cage limitations, rules, bonuses, boosts, debuffs, any of that stuff, but we do know the CSS, and they are here, as you can see on your screen. We are trying our best, like we did, to get you ready for this feud weekend. There will be a stream with more information and an official blog Thursday evening, I should say. Yeah, we pretty much did what we could for you here today. I had a blast. Hopefully you all had a blast. Flex, did you have fun?
I fell asleep halfway through, but yeah, other than that.
That's fair.
No, it was fun. This was fun. I like going through the builds too. I like the fans interacting or the audience interacting in chat, stuff that they want to see and stuff that we picked up along the way. So this was really fun. I'm excited actually for the feud. I don't mind steel cage or aluminum cage or whatever they're gonna call it for this, even though it's not fully steel cage because you can bring everything in. But I like the idea of having it be a little bit different from the strategy perspective. And again, you don't have to get buckles. So when people are looking around, where are my buckles? Where are my buckles? It's broken. Scopely's the worst ever. Save it. We don't need the pitchforks for that. You don't need the turnbuckles for it. So it's going to be a fun feud, I think. We'll find out more on Thursday what it all looks like, and we might actually get the midweek event info tomorrow. I think Merrick's is doing his thing tomorrow.
I believe Merrick's is going live at 5:30 Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, we don't have any information in regards to the feud perk. Like if there's war score steps or speed up or any of that.
Yes.
That has been asked about. We don't have any info in regards to the universal buckles. That has also been asked about. All these things that you guys have questions on, we also all have questions on, and they have been asked. So if we hear any of that information, especially as content creators, it is our job to try and pass that information along to you guys. So if we hear any of that, we will be more than happy to do so. I don't want to speak ahead of or out of turn or anything like that, but I believe that Flex and I will be doing the blog stream on Thursday. So make sure to tune in then if you'd like to see some more in-depth information in regards to the upcoming Steel Cage feuds. But that's going to be it for stream today. So appreciate you all for hanging on out. Huge shout out to Flex as always for helping facilitate the stream with some awesome builds. Shout out to him for making Don J upset that we played Queen Nia Jax. Couldn't have done that without him.
That's the only reason I came on.
But yeah, so
it was a lot of fun.
yeah, that's gonna be it for us today, y'all. So until next time, everybody, have a good one. We are out of here. Bye.